Jesus is the smartest man in human history. Here's why. Number 1. Jesus chose the most strategic time in human history to appear. Jesus arrived when roads, languages, and governance allowed the rapid spread of ideas globally. Galatians 4 verse 4. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son. The Roman road system and the generalization of the Greek language allowed the gospel to spread so rapidly around the world because the Romans were the ones in charge and the Greek was the common language, just like English is in this day and age. Number 2, Jesus entered into the world at a period where religious confusion and superstition was at its peak. Judaism, paganism, emperor worship, mystery religions, philosophy, and the rest of them were at its peak. Yet, none of them satisfied humanity. And then comes Jesus. Jesus addressed Jews and the rest of the world in an amazing way. His message satisfied the Jewish prophecy and the Gentile philosophy simultaneously. Even till this day and age, the philosophies that we have and across different cultures is satisfied by the words that Jesus taught. Number 4, Jesus spoke with unmatched authority. Unlike other philosophers, Jesus did not quote any other philosopher. Jesus spoke as the source of truth himself. Matthew 7:29. He taught them as one who had authority and not as their teachers of the law. Number 5, Jesus used moral reasoning centuries ahead of its time. Jesus exposed the heart behind human behavior and challenged us to a moral standard beyond ourselves. For instance, in Matthew 5:28, Jesus said, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with the woman in his heart. That's way beyond our standards. Number 6, Jesus redefined greatness through service. He overturned the ancient power models and shaped modern leadership theory. Mark 10:43, whoever wants to be great amongst you must first be your servant. This has become a benchmark for leadership since then till date. We expect a serving leader rather than an autocratic one. Number 7, Jesus defined a self-replicating movement. He trained disciples to reproduce leaders, not dependents. Number 8, Jesus used storytelling as a tool to engage minds. Short moral stories, also known as parables, engages memory, emotions, and reasoning simultaneously. Number 9, Jesus outsmarted legal experts perfectly. He dismantled trap questions without escalating conflict. The conversation in Matthew 22 ended with none of the legal professionals being able to respond when they had trap questions to Jesus, especially concerning the law, concerning tithes, and the rest of that. Number 10, Jesus combined mercy and justice very perfectly. Picture a God who understands that an imperfect person cannot pay a perfect being perfectly and had to lower himself to the position of these imperfect beings, live the perfect life that they could not live, die the death that they deserved in order for them to have eternal relationship with him. Isn't that awesome? Number 11, Jesus understood economics and human motivation. His teachings revealed advanced understanding of wealth psychology. Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will also be. Jesus influenced the rise of education. His followers built schools, universities, and libraries. Matthew 22:37, imagine taking those words literally. Love the Lord your God with all your mind. Oxford, Harvard, Yale, many other top universities all around the world were founded by Christians. Jesus inspired the advancement of science. His worldview affirmed order, purpose, and discoverability in creation. Many early scientists were inspired by Christian theology. Jesus elevated the human dignity. He affirmed the values of women, children, the poor, and the sick, equating each and every one of them with every other person as people made in the image of God. This transcends the philosophy of the survival of the fittest that was prevalent in the world before and even the world now. Jesus founded the world's largest charitable movement. Hospitals, orphanages, and aid organizations are traced back to the influence of Jesus on his followers and the followers that came after. Matthew 25:40. Whatever you do for the least of these people, you do for me as well. Imagine Jesus saying that. Jesus transformed ordinary people into world changers. Ordinary, uneducated fishermen became world changers, philosophers, missionaries, martyrs, and then the ones that came after from nobodies. There are too many stories of believers from the influence of Jesus that from nobodies became great world changers. Jesus unified truth, beauty, and goodness. His influence shaped music, architecture, literature, and the arts in general. You see movies, you see stories, you see the story of good and bad. It traced back to the inspiration of Jesus in scripture. Western art and aesthetics were deeply shaped by Christ-centered thoughts. Jesus offered the most coherent explanation of reality. He answered the deepest questions: origin, meaning, morality, and destiny. How did we get here? What is this life about? What is our purpose? To know God and to make him known. And then, where are we going to end up after this life ends? He alone brought undeniable proof as to life after this life. No one else did that. No one else had such impact on humanity than Jesus in the areas of origin, meaning, morality, and destiny. John 10:10. Jesus speaking, I came that you may have life and that you may have it more abundantly. No one else's words became as transformative as the words of Jesus. You can put that to the test. Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Speaking Jesus. Jesus was so influential that his simplified lessons of good and evil inspires art till this day. Ironically, religions that came after Jesus speak about Jesus in order to be relevant and influential. Even religions that came before Jesus had to edit itself years after Jesus in order for them to be relevant to the times, because they became obsolete after what Jesus brought to the table. Ain't that something?